Scoutmasters.
Good afternoon, Brad Edster, Superior, currently Scoutmaster at Troop 202 in Superior, Assistant Scoutmaster at Troop 13 in Duluth, and working on being Cubmaster for PAC also. So I kind of live and breathe scouting. Went to Jamboree myself as a youth back in my day. Been to 3 nationals as contingent leadership, and then 07 I had the opportunity to go to England for the 100th anniversary of Scouting International for the World Scouts Jamboree. And I was the service staff there and had a great time. And like everybody else, we're looking to have a great time with you guys. We're going to have a fun program, and it's going to be a fun 2-week trip.
Thanks, Brad. Last but not least, somebody you've already met. I'm going to do a formal introduction. Josh Bauman, who will be one of the 3rd Assistant Scoutmasters for the trip. And a 3rd Assistant Scoutmaster has to be between the ages of 18 and 21 to attend. So Josh is recently 18.
Yeah, so hi everybody. Like I said, I am recently 18 since May. So currently I am still involved in my home troop in Virginia, Minnesota. I'm not technically an assistant scoutmaster yet, but I'm still working on that. So I am honored to be one of your guys' 3rd Assistant Scoutmasters for this trip. I'm looking forward to a great time. I went to Jamboree in 2013 with Mr. Mike Cooper here as my Scoutmaster for the trip. I had a wonderful experience, and I hope that you guys will have a wonderful experience in 2017. And I'm glad that I can go and share it with you. I also recently, this last summer, went to Sea Base, so I have that as well in my experience pocket. And I'm just looking forward to a great time with you guys. So hope you are ready to have a wonderful time as well.
Thanks, Josh. Joel Spaeth was unable to join us today, but he'll be one of the Assistant Scoutmasters as well. For those of you that have any familiarity with Jamboree, each troop technically has 4 leaders. You'll notice there are only 6 names on the list. We had 8 originally. Had 1 individual who had to back out for some personal reasons. And then our 2nd, 3rd Assistant Scoutmaster is actually going to be going as he's elected section chief for the Order of the Arrow, and essentially is going to go in that role instead, one of the other Milners. So we've not backfilled those positions yet. Part of that is why we're here today, is to recruit a few more of you folks. We still have some open positions for Jamboree, and they've done some creative things this time where we're at about a troop and a half right now in terms of registered participants. We really want to get to 2. So part of our job today is to sell you on going to Jamboree, so you can go back to your troops and sell your friends and fellow scouts that may not be signed up to go or interested about what kind of a cool experience you're going to go have next summer. We really want to get to 2 troops and fill those other 2 positions. There is a half troop option that we're also looking at, that if we don't get 2 full troops, that we would explore. So that's why there's only 6 names up here, but we really want to put 2 more names up on this, as well as fill out 2 full troops of youth. With that, let me just talk about for a second today. We're going to run through a lot of information, and kind of for those of you, so for the scouts in the room, how many of you are signed up and definitely going to Jamboree?
Yes.
Okay. How many of you are here today to find out if you really want to go to Jamboree? Okay, good. I thought I heard that. I thought there was a couple that were signing up new today, but apparently you've already made up your mind. You saw the first video and you're going. Love it. So we're going to cover off on a lot of information. We will share the contents of this presentation as notes afterwards with everybody out through an email. But we'll talk about what we're going to do, the sign-up processes, medical, equipment, all the kinds of things that you need. And we're going to try and leave plenty of time for questions and answers. We're probably going to kill the boys out of here at one point in time and just kind of talk with the parents and questions you may have. But please feel free to ask any and all questions. Interrupt us at any point in time if you've got a question. I saw Tom Meyer snuck into the back of the room here. So if you don't know Tom Meyer, Tom's there. He's our council staff coordinator. So at this time, we were expecting another scout here today, but so Josh, as he mentioned, went to Jamboree in 2013 with me, one of my patrol leaders. But we really want to talk about, the Jamboree, if you've heard anything about it or talked to anybody who's been to one, And there's some classic Jamboree experiences. But what I do now is have Josh come up, and we're gonna kind of go through some slides, and he's gonna talk about his experience in 2013 with some of the activities, and just kind of a little bit of a testimonial. So Josh, wanna come back up?
Well, hi again, everybody. As I said, I did go to the 2013 Jamboree, and it was a blast. There's so much stuff you can do there. There's no way you can do everything. I mean, I tried, I did my best, I filled my day every single day, and there's no way I can do everything. So there's things from shooting sports, to BMX, to mountain biking, to whitewater rafting, to STEM. You can go to a STEM area and all the recent technology stuff that you can actually play with. You don't have to just look at it and you can actually get to use it. It was really fun. They do experiments, like you saw on the other slide a little bit ago. It was a garbage can full of water exploding in the air. It's really awesome. I think it's like, it's some sort of chemical reaction they do, but it's really cool. All kinds of different things in the STEM field up. I think they called it the cloud.
Yep.
In an area like that. There will be another area like that this time. And I'll let you know, it's a really fun place to go. Not only is there, land-based activities, there's also tons of water-based activities. You can kayak, you can scuba dive, you can almost anything you can think of in water. There's a water obstacle course so you can get a team and race on. That's a ton of fun. If you love the water, there's definitely a spot for you at Jamboree as well. I just see on the screen they're talking about stadium shows. Stadium shows are really awesome. You start out the week, they have this big introduction show. It's really cool. So as you can see, there's like all the scouts, and you're all sitting down on the grass in kind of like a little gradual hill, okay? And it's really neat. It's not necessarily the most comfortable position in the world, but it's totally worth it because we got to see people like Mike Rowe, he talked to us. 3 Doors Down came, and a few other bands that were just phenomenal. It was a great time. The shows were great, and it was just, the shows are a very fun part of Jamboree as well. Patch trading. How many of you like to patch trade? Oh yeah. So I know a couple of you guys like to patch trade. I think a few more of you will get into patch trading as you progress through Scouts. Patch trading can be really fun, and you can get some very unique patches. There are patches from like Yoda patches to patches from like Puerto Rico, patches from different countries. You can find all kinds of stuff. Some are more sought after than others, so definitely patch trading is fun, and it's everywhere. You can tap a person on the shoulder, hey, you got any patches you want to trade? Yeah, of course. They might just jump right in and want to trade with you. So if you like to patch trade, definitely bring a few that you want to trade with. It's a good time there. Adventure sports, I talked about whitewater rafting and some of the other stuff that you can do, but not only can you do that, you can also do like rock climbing. There's giant zip lines there, one called the Big Zip, which is extremely long. Can't remember exactly how long it is, but 4,000 feet? Yeah, that's really long for a zip line. So I was a little too scared to go on it, but maybe I'll attempt it this time. So I would hope that you guys all try it too. It's pretty awesome. And they're just going right above you. Like you're walking down, there's one like the zip line is right above you. It's crazy. It's super awesome though. The Summit Center, that's on the top picture, is actually like this tree house. It's like a whole natural kind of green tree house. It's pretty cool. They got like this bike that you can pedal and light up lights and all kinds of little interactive stuff in there. Almost everything at Jamboree, pretty much everything, is interactive in some way. You're not just going to be sitting there and listening. Everything's interactive. Even the merit badges, they're going to incorporate some way to make that merit badge interactive, so you can have a fun way of learning. As I said, there is a STEM program that's really neat. There's like this guy, he did like a little experiment show, which was cool. They have a state-of-the-art technology that you can basically just go sit up there all day if you really want to. Don't recommend that, there's so much other stuff to do. But you could sit up there and play on these super awesome things. I think they had like the Surfaces, the Windows Surface tablets when you were there, and those were like brand new at the time. So those are kind of neat. I've never seen that before. But service, you do a day of service, which is really nice to get back to the community in the area. I know my trip, we went to a church and kind of helped reclaim an old graveyard. It had kind of gotten overgrown and needed some work. So we worked there. The community was super nice to us, treated us very well. Got up from work done, they even gave us some brownies, and that was pretty awesome. And aquatic adventures. There's kayaking, there's snorkeling, there's scuba diving, the water course that I mentioned. I'm pretty sure actually guys like the director of the water course. He worked for my aunt and uncle for one summer. So it should be pretty awesome. I really recommend doing some of the water stuff. It'll really cool you off during the day too, if it's a little warm. So, and then Garden Ground. Garden Ground is a mountain that you hike up to, and you may seem like what I would originally have thought, you just hike up and you're like, oh, pretty scenery, and you walk back down. No, there's full of activities up there. Native American displays, tomahawk throwing, knife throwing, all kinds of other fun stuff, like huge courses just that are all lashed together. It's just a really fun time up there and a really cool place to go for the day. Merit badges, as I said, there's merit badges that you can do. I personally did engineering when I was there. And you know, when you do engineering at home, it may be hard to find an engineer, you know, because you may not know one personally, so you have to go seek one out. Well, they had one there that was already ready to talk to us. So there's that sometimes more difficult requirement right out, knocked out of the way. So then that way, you are ready to go. They also do merit badges that you may not be able to get somewhere else. Say you don't have access to something, or your community isn't really rich in that sort of like aspect of that. Like say somewhere they don't have mining. I know a lot of us are familiar with mining, but Mining and Society merit badge was just coming out at the time. So at the booth when I was in 2013, they had a whole booth just about that merit badge. And that's kind of cool because you can walk up and say, hey, I live somewhere where mining impacts my life. You know, you can have a little more experience, or otherwise you can do a merit badge that you may not have any experience in, that you would unlikely been able to do at home. Camp life, you're not actually in your tent much. It does get warm in your tents at night during the day, so you don't want to be in your tent too much. But camp life is fun. They set your tents up in a, well, you set them up, but there's in a specific pattern, and it looks all